Okay, we should be good to go now.
Okay, great. Okay, welcome to the Tuesday Montgomery County Commission meeting, May 5th. It's 1:30 in the afternoon. This meeting is being conducted by video conference via Zoom, zoom.us, due to the COVID-19 pandemic. This meeting will be live streamed on the county's Facebook page at Montgomery County, will be available on local public access television, DATV, and will be posted on the county's website at www.mcohio.org per guidelines approved by House Bill 197. Madam Clerk?
Commissioner Rice,
Here.
Commissioner Lieberman,
Here.
Commissioner Dodge.
Here. Before we get started, I wanted to read a proclamation. Whereas last week on April 28th, the unions of the AFL-CIO observed Workers' Memorial Day to remember those who have suffered and died on the job and to renew the fight for safe workplaces. And whereas the Occupational Safety and Health Act and Mine Safety Health Act promise workers the right to a safe work environment. Unions have fought to make that promise a reality by winning protections that have made jobs safer, saved hundreds of thousands of lives, and prevented millions of workplace injuries and illnesses. And whereas after decades of fighting to improve working conditions and to make job safety the highest priority, it is the goal of the AFL-CIO to celebrate the victories won by the workers while continuing to fight for improved workplace safety. And whereas unions and union members play a vital role in our communities and are a key component to the success of our workforce development initiatives. They fight for equal opportunities in the workplace by helping to set standards for education, skill levels, wages, working conditions, and quality of life for workers. Now therefore be it resolved that the Board of County Commissioners of Montgomery County, Ohio remembers the workers who have lost their lives on the job and encourages all citizens to get involved to help guarantee safe working environments for everyone and everybody. So it's signed by the Board of County Commissioners, myself, Judy Dodge, Debbie Lieberman, and Carolyn Rice. Thank you. Okay. First up, County Engineer.
Good afternoon, Commissioners, Administrator, ladies and gentlemen. We have several resolutions today for your consideration. The first is Resolution 20-0504 to authorize an agreement with American Pavements Incorporated for the 2020 Crack Seal Program countywide at their lowest and best bid of $111,897.55 through September 30th of 2021. 505 is to advertise for the Bell Fountain Road Bridge Replacement Project, a design build contract in the city of Heber Heights at an estimated cost of $1,600,000. This is not the bridge you see behind me. This is a culvert type structure that we had erosion issues and it ended up getting underneath the pipe. So we had to close the road a couple months ago. And we're doing a design build to get it done as quickly as possible. We have two road closings. First is 506 Snyder Road between Mile Road and West 3rd Street, lasting for approximately 45 days. And 507 is Dayton Farmersville Road between South Fools Road and South Clayton Road, lasting for approximately 40 days.
I'll second it.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. County Administrator.
Thank you, Commissioners. Under County Administrator, under the Clerk's Office, we have approval of the minutes of the meetings on April 28th, 2020. Resolution 508, approval of bills, and that list is available in the Clerk's Office.
I move for approval. I second.
All those in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Administrative Services.
Under Administrative Services, we have Resolution 509, approval of personnel actions. That list is available in the Clerk's Office. And Resolution 510, to adopt revisions to the purchasing policy and procedures established by Resolution 8988. This resolution, Commissioners, allows us to actually expand or widen the scope of contractors and consultants that we can work with instead of narrowing it. So it's a very good revision of the policy.
Move to approve. Second.
Well, we still have a late item,
Oh, okay.
late
Thank
agenda.
you,
I'm sorry.
Commissioner.
Got it.
We had one late item, Resolution 525, authorizing an agreement with ReliaStar Insurance Company for stop-loss insurance for the self-funded health plan program from July 1st, 2020 through March 31st, 2020, in an amount not to exceed $714,360.
I move to approve. And I'll second it.
Okay, all those in favor? Aye. Okay, environmental services.
Under Environmental Services, we have Resolution 511, authorizing a payment by warrant to Ohio Business College. Resolution 5112, determine that it is necessary to construct sanitary sewer improvements to serve the Terrence Villa Sanitary Sewer Improvements Project and fix the location, route, and termini of said improvement. Resolution 513, authorizing an agreement with Kinnison Excavating, Inc. for construction of the West Franklin Water Main Replacement Project at the lowest and best bid of $1,350,000 through April 7th, 2021. We have several authorization agreements for consulting services for the preparation of detailed construction plans and supplemental specifications. Resolution 514, Bards Design Solutions, Inc. for the Bricker Water Main Replacement Project at a cost not to exceed $63,662 through December 31st, 2021. Resolution 515, Choice One Engineering for the Gunfler and Schroeder Water Main Replacement Project at a cost not to exceed $86,450 through July 15th, 2020. We also have several submission of applications to participate in the Ohio Water Development Authority, OWDA, local government agency loan program, and authorized cooperative agreements with OWDA. Resolution 516, Crown and Victory Water Main Replacement Project in an amount of $120,447. And Resolution 517, West Franklin Water Main Replacement Project in the amount of $752,625.
I move to approve.
I second that.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
OMB.
Under Office of Management and Budget, we have Resolution 518, authorizing appropriation amendments. Resolution 519, authorize additional appropriations. Resolution 520, authorize cash transfers. Resolution 521, authorize a budget amendments as needed for cash advances from the general fund to prevent deficit cash balances in the Workforce Investment Act, or WIA fund, not to exceed $300,000 and repaid within 1 year. The Workforce Investment Funds commissioners are not allowed to run in the negative, or nor are any of our other funds based on revised code. However, the state reimburses us so we can continue to spend.
I move to approve.
Second.
All those in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Business services.
Under Business Services, we have Resolution 522, approve an economic development equity edge agreement with the City of Vandalia for Xerion Advanced Battery Corporation project in an amount not to exceed $450,000 or 2.1% of the total project cost, whichever is less. This is a great project, commissioners, from our 2019 EDGE meeting. It's a repurpose of the old Delphi plant right off of 75 at the Northwoods exit. And this battery company is going to go in and completely redo that area and actually make advanced battery products. So this is a great project for the county and a great project for the City of Vandalia.
Great.
It is. I move for approval.
I second.
All those in favor? Aye.
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 Under County Commissioners, 20-0523, reappoint Sister Rose Wildenhouse to the Greater Dayton Premier Management Board for a 5-year term ending June 30th, 2025. 20-0524, reappoint Scott Shelton to the Investment Advisory Committee for a 2-year term ending February 1st, 2022. And I have a late agenda item under the County Commissioners, 20-0526, authorize a $20 per month stipend from May through July of 2020 to various county employees to offset costs incurred related to the face covering mandate per the Ohio Department of Health's Stay Safe Ohio order.
Move to approve.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
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 Commissioners, if I could just tell you, thank you for supporting Resolution 526. This is going to allow us to ensure that we have enough face covering as mandated by health for all of our employees. We have enough face coverings for the backfill, but not for the front line. And so I appreciate your support. The vast majority of our employees have been very thankful of the stipend, and it also is reimbursable through CARES Act. So we have an opportunity to submit it to reimbursement to the federal government. So thank you again for your support and your leadership on this piece that allows our employees to protect both themselves and the public. Thank you.
Mhm.
Thank you, Michael.
Okay, comments by County Administrator.
Commissioners, every week I've highlighted some departments, but I'd like to say this week has been unusual because although the vast majority of the county has been operational, we started to bring the remaining non-essential portions online starting Monday. And this has been a phased-in approach that will happen throughout the month of May. But I'd like to say that Brittany Fain, our Director of Emergency Management, and Phil Miller, our Director of Facilities, have done an excellent job of moving around throughout the county, throughout our elected officials, throughout our different departments to make sure that they have the necessary barriers and the necessary PPE and the necessary support that they need to bring their offices online at the given time that they see fit. So I'd just like to recognize it took a lot of work. They've been working on this for weeks. Phil started ordering acrylic barriers 2 weeks ago before the governor's announcement even came out. We've also got the foot markers on the floors for both the public and the employees. So I'd just like to recognize them for their work in helping us with this. Thank you, Commissioners.
Thank you,
Yeah.
Michael.
Yeah, I'm seeing them go up now in the different offices and here on our
Yeah.
floor, so that's great. Whoop.
Look
Okay,
strong.
comments by commissioners.
Who wants to go?
Sure,
Go ahead.
I'll go. So many people and families are struggling right now here in our community. And I just want to thank publicly our Job and Family Services team who have continued to work through the crisis. We may not have been open to the public, but they were there working and answering calls and emails and doing everything they could to make sure that the applications were processed and reviewing eligibility for the food assistance, cash assistance, and Medicaid. So these programs have helped people who've never used our services there before. And really, so many didn't even know how. The other thing that we did that I'm so thankful, after we closed to the public, it was difficult for people that didn't have internet. And so now there's internet at the job center that's available in the parking lot, a large area actually beyond the parking lot. So just some numbers. In the past 6 weeks, we've processed 8,663 more SNAP recipients
Wow.
and 9,343 more Medicaid recipients here in Montgomery County. We also received over 2,000 applications for the $1.2 million in money that we were able to use for the COVID-19 prevention, retention, and contingency funds. Of course, that money ran out almost immediately, but 2,000 applications for that. So to all of our employees who continue to work and handle that eligibility and the applications, we are so grateful and thankful, and our community's thankful. And they're going to continue to work hard to keep up with the volume that really isn't slowing down to help all of our citizens. So I wanted to publicly thank them and share those numbers.
Okay.
All right, I just want to chime in as far as the pandemic goes, that in talking about our homeless, our individuals and families who are facing homelessness, this is, while it's always challenging, this is extremely challenging period of time for them. And we also know that many of them suffer from medical conditions that make them more likely to be victims of the virus in very terrible ways. So using our Human Services Levy funds, Montgomery County, I'm pleased to share, has provided $186,000 to help deconcentrate. In other words, help space out and give them more room in our emergency shelters and reduce the potential for the community spread of those among who of that community who are experiencing homelessness. Very difficult, and much needed resources for that. Medically at-risk shelter guests are now housed at 2 motels instead of in a shelter, which is a big improvement. And the shelters also have temporary staffing to enhance and the cleaning and disinfectant to make sure that it's a good place for everyone who enters that area. And we just remain committed to protecting all of our citizens during this pandemic, even those who are experiencing homelessness. So our hearts go out to them, and we so greatly appreciate all the volunteers and staff who work with this very vulnerable population. I also wanted to mention, since today is May 5th, there was a couple important, today is actually National Foster Care Day. Our foster children in our community are very important, very vulnerable. So anyone, this is a day to really thank all of those who step up to be foster parents. And for anyone out there who, we always need good families, good individuals to welcome these very kids at great risk of things that are happening in their family, and they need another place to stay. So if that's something that speaks to your heart, this is a day to remember it, and please volunteer in some way. It's also National Teacher Appreciation Day. And I think that I know that across this country and across the world, there is no year where everyone has appreciated teachers more than today as we go through a pandemic. We really, when parents and families have had to take on the responsibilities of trying to do just a little bit of what real teachers do every day, they come to appreciate the tough jobs that they have. And I know that teachers in our community are going to extraordinary lengths to maintain the connections to their students and to make sure that they get the best education possible through online and homeschooling. I also just wanted to mention that May 4th, yesterday, was International Firefighters Day. And typically I do a little package for my local firefighter station, but given the pandemic, I thought that wouldn't be greatly appreciated. So I didn't do it this year, but I'm always thankful when I haven't needed them that whole year to come to my house, but we're so thankful that they're there. And the final essential worker that is being highlighted this week is starting tomorrow, May 6th through the 12th, is the beginning where we celebrate Nurses Week. And this is another essential worker that I think the whole world has come to value even more than we ever did before the pandemic. My mother, my grandmother, my aunt were all nurses. So nurses have always had a very special place in my heart because I saw all the hard work that they did and what care they gave to their patients. So I applaud all essential workers, absolutely. But I thought I would just bring up that there's been some special days that we should recognize these folks.
Okay, good. Thank you. Thank you. Now, we're also supporting Homeful's efforts to deliver fresh produce and food items to our vulnerable residents in homeless permanent supportive housing programs through community development block grant funds in the amount of $7,000. And additionally, Montgomery County has increased financial support to our Senior Resource Connection to meet the significant increased food needs of seniors in the community. Now, this funding was provided through our Human Services levy in the amount of $60,000. These funds will provide more than 9,000 emergency home delivered meals to seniors. So that's all good news. And again, you know, we really have to watch out for our most vulnerable population here in Montgomery County.
Commissioners, if I could just add,
Uh-huh.
the three of you have given the administration a leeway to go ahead and start moving forward with the CARES Act. So now that we are getting ready, in the next few weeks, we'll be rolling out another structure that will allow us to go ahead and fill the gaps. Debbie mentioned the gaps from the lack of funding through TANF. Judy, you mentioned some of the food gaps that we've been seeing. Carolyn, you mentioned some of the homeless gaps we've been seeing. We now have the dollars through CARES Act to go ahead and start moving on that. And then finally, I'd like to say, being married to a nurse, you are correct, Carolyn. They are wonders of joy. And so it's great to celebrate Nurses Day.
That's right. Okay, our next meeting will be Tuesday, May 12th at 1:30. I think you'll see us all again on the Zoom.
I move to adjourn.
Second.
All those in favor? Aye.
Aye.